Welcome, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
Yes, hello, everyone. Listen, I'm telling you now, I am too excited about today's show.
Are we live?
Yep.
It says
Are we?
scheduled.
Hold on.
There we go.
It's three people on it. Yours was a delay, girl.
It's me. I'm slow tonight.
Here.
Sorry.
All right. That's all right. I'm telling you now, to tune in tonight is going to cost you. I'm letting you know up front. Get your checkbook ready. Nothing that you have to give to us. But tonight is eye opening, everyone. I'm going to let you know right now, we are getting ready to hit the items in your home. So far, what have we done? We've talked about the food for us, what's best. For those that never tuned into us, first of all, let me say hi. I'm G Brown, the lifestyle changer, and I got Robin and Laura on the sides. And we come here every week talking about this life-changing carnivore diet. That's number one. We have talked about it. We have talked about how our bodies have recouped, how our minds are different, just all the wonderful things. But then Robin had said that some things were going on, and meaning nothing bad. She's like, it seems like she's not sleeping well. She shared with us. She talked about that's really been her biggest thing. So I say, okay, so you sleep. Then I thought about the sheets. Then I thought about the whatever she's sleeping in. I thought about the detergent, and I said, wait a minute, maybe she's taking care of a lot of things that's going in, but there's a lot going on. So I'm gonna pass it over. Who's first tonight? Who's depressing us first tonight?
We are
Well, I
going to
think
talk
we're
with
Rhonda.
Rhonda
Oh,
first.
Yeah.
the news we can use. I knew something wasn't right.
We
Welcome,
can use
everybody.
from
It
the
is our time. Go
community.
ahead and pull it up. Our news we can use, because I'm telling you, I didn't have it in front of me. I'm like, what's next? What's next? There
Okay.
she is.
Let's see if I can get this going here.
Okay, let me mute myself.
Hi, I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, bringing you news you can use from the carnivore community. In today's segment, we will dive into the hidden toxins found in everyday products and how they affect our health. I recently learned about the Yucca app from Dr. Lisa Wiedemann at Carnivore Doctor. Yucca, spelled Y-U-K-A, deciphers product labels and analyzes the health impact of food products and cosmetics. The app can be downloaded on both iOS and Android devices via the app or Google Play stores. The free version offers food analysis, where it analyzes food items, providing a detailed data sheet for each product to explain how it was evaluated. It also provides cosmetic analysis, where it analyzes hygiene and cosmetic products. You get a detailed data sheet for each product to help you understand its score. Yuka also provides recommendations. So when you scan a product that scores poorly, Yuka offers independent recommendations for similar items that are better for your health. What I love about this company is its core value of independence. Their mission is to help customers make better choices for their health. In doing so, it aims to drive manufacturers to offer better products. Yuka is a completely ad-free app. Brands cannot pay Yuka to advertise their products. Scores and recommendations are obtained independently with absolutely no influence from outside brands or manufacturers. So when you go shopping, you just scan the barcode on the back of the item, and it will score the item as either excellent, good, poor, or bad. It will also populate a list of additives that are ranked hazardous, moderate risk, low risk, limited risk, or risk-free. For example, here is a screenshot of the Honey Nut cereal box that I scanned from my mom's pantry. As you can see, Yuka gave it a poor score. So if you want to see the list of additives, you just select the more info on the additives icon, and it will populate information about that additive. As you can see on the screen, it shows the list of additives that are there. And the first additive, it says tripotassium phosphate, which is shown as hazardous. So if you want to know more about that additive, you just select the name. And I'll show you on the next screen here that it populates the information about that additive. And it says phosphates contain phosphorus, which is a chemical element that is essential to the body. But excess phosphorus can disrupt bone mineralization, damage the kidneys, and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and breast cancer. And so to learn more about this additive, there's a link here where you can select to learn more, and more information will populate. And if you want to see or read the scientific studies, there's a link here to click on for the scientific sources. Another screenshot that I took of a product that my daughter was using, and it's the Kids 3-in-1 Body Wash and Shampoo and Conditioner by Arm & Hammer. And it also ranked bad. And the ingredients are listed as hazardous. And that it's a preservative used to prevent the growth of microorganisms in cosmetics. It was notably used to replace parabens after their risks were highlighted. This compound is highly allergenic and severely irritating to the skin, eyes, and respiratory tract. Another product my daughter was using was Aquaphor Healing Ointment because she has eczema, so she was trying to use Aquaphor to help soothe her skin. And it's ranked poor, and the ingredients are listed as moderate risk. It says it's a potential carcinogen and it's a pollutant. And the details provided, it says Vaseline is a petroleum derivative that belongs to the mineral oil family. It is used as a softener and moisturizer in cosmetic products. And additionally, it says that the main constituents of the mineral oils used in cosmetics could accumulate in the body, especially in the lymph nodes and liver, and cause inflammatory reactions. So now my daughter no longer uses Aquaphor. She uses castor oil, and her eczema is actually improving. So I hope you found the information in this video useful, and I hope that you do give the Yuka app a try. Thank you for watching News You Can Use from the carnivore community. Good night.
Yay, that was excellent.
That was excellent. That was
My
excellent.
bad.
Can you hear me
No.
now?
Yeah. No. All I heard was cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I have my paper. I'm ready to write it down. I'm telling you. All right.
It's sad.
All
This
right.
is what happened several years ago when I was at Walmart when they built the new Walmart, and they had a lot of their bottles were returned because everybody's just throwing them on the shelves, you know. And I saw this ingredient list. It was the whole back of the bottle, and it was something my son was buying, Axe body wash, I think. Holy, and I was like, oh hell no, you're not. And that's kind of when I started, was like, I'm going to make some of my own stuff. And then I really kind of studied and did a deep dive into what was in some of these. So I will tell you some of the products I'm going to go over are some of the toxins that are found in your hygiene products, your toothpaste, your deodorant, soaps, shampoos, and lotions. And then I'm going to give you some safe alternatives. And I'm going to be right up front. Yes, I'm going to tell you that the products I make are very good and you should buy them because they're cheap also. Just saying.
We
Some
do.
stuff, yeah, some stuff that you have to buy, like some stuff we're going to go over later. The better options are probably going to be a little bit more expensive, but it'll be worth it in the long run, where mine is better for you and they're pretty cheap. So, but I'll go over those. So, just with And this is in almost everything that I looked up, whether it be deodorant, shampoo, lotions, any of that. So first thing I want to talk about is formaldehyde is a known carcinogen. It's in lots of stuff, including shots that people take, just so you know. Um, every one of them that you take, it's in there. So it is a colorless gas that they use as a preservative in many products, including nail polish, which is why we talk about, remember, we said that nail polish was a bad idea. Hair products, deodorants, lotions, makeups. Parabens are another item. It's a group of synthetic chemicals used as a preservative. It's in many products, including body lotion, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, makeup, and sunscreens. Um, so, for one, we know that formaldehyde is a known carcinogen. And if you're just doing a little bit here and there, which is one thing that like my daughter's very picky about how she does her childhood, things for her kids. It's one at a time. It's not six at a time because she believes that there's things in there she don't really like, but she's like, you're definitely not going to do six things at a time. It's just too much for somebody's body, especially a baby body. So paraformaldehyde, which is another form of a formaldehyde. They have tons of these names, they're little trick names. Methylene glycol, which is another form of a formaldehyde. And then quaternium 15, which is a form of formaldehyde, but it actually helps to release the formaldehyde. So when it's involved in a conditioner or something, it makes the formaldehyde almost stronger. It's going to permeate more. Mercury, which we all know can lead to damage in the kidneys and the nervous system. Dibutyl diethylene phthalates, which disrupt hormones and damage our reproductive system. That is in a ton of the products, tons of products. Isobutyl and isopropyl parabens, which disrupt hormones as well, which also messes with your reproductive system, which I'd say if I had to look back on this, so many of us had to have a hysterectomy or have all these female issues. Yep, when we were younger. And I'm like, look at the products we were using. And we were using them, I was using stuff religiously. And it's like, gee, there's no surprise that I had that issue, happen. Um, the long chain per and polyfluoroalkyl, I don't know what the hell that is. It's known as PFAS, which has been linked to cancer. M and O phenyletidine, which is used in hair dyes. Uh-oh, you didn't hear that, G. Plug your ears. Um, which irritate and sensitize the skin. It can damage the DNA and can cause cancer. So every one of those that I listed on this one, which I'm going to go to the other one, you guys are really not going to like that one. All of these chemicals have been banned by the EU, so the European Union, and most other nations. We are one of the only places that does it. And the sad thing is it said that these were supposed to be blocked from being used by U.S. major retailers, including Target, Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, uh, and Walmart by the end of 2019. Well, I can promise you that we went looking last week and every one of those things is still out there. So they did not do what they said they were going to do, which I'm not really surprised. So uh, there was something else. Oh, and then it says, even people who like you go to like Whole Foods and these places and you're thinking you're getting healthier options, you have to still read the ingredients, read all the stuff in there because even with what's that deodorant? Lumi, I think it's called, or Loom. The deodorant is okay. I mean, it's got a couple things in it that are not real trustworthy, but they came out. I saw a commercial the other day for antiperspirant as well as deodorant. And so I went to their site to look it up, and the first ingredient, aluminum. I know. And I was like, you guys were supposed to be anti-aluminum, but apparently not anymore. So another thing that is in a lot of makeups is these phthalates. It's a class of endocrine disrupting chemicals found in plastics. It's also in cosmetics, and it's in menstrual pads and tampons. So women are putting these in their body, on their body for hours at a time, and that's just going into our body. Uh, Triclosan, which is a chemical found in toothpaste. It has also been found in antibacterial soaps, hand sanitizer, deodorants. These also can disrupt the endocrine system and cause skin irritation, which is what I think some people like G, when you were talking about you had to use that one deodorant because you'd forgotten it, and just that quick.
No, I'm telling you guys, I ordered deodorant from Laura and was out on a cruise and didn't have it. And I was like, I always keep some in Frederick's bag. Baby, my underarm turned dark. Number one, so I look like I might as well have hair up under it because it's a big circle of dark skin, and then
Yeah.
it felt like chicken skin. I was like, what just happened to me? Go ahead.
I
Yeah.
tried the Lumi, and I actually had an adverse reaction to Lumi. I didn't know that it had aluminum in it, but
It
yeah.
does. Isn't that maddening? Because, that was their whole thing when they first came out. It's kind of like Native was another company that started out that way, but got bought up by Procter and Gamble, but they bought the name. So you don't know that it's bought by the same people that's making the other trash that's on the counter. You think it's still your Native, and it's not. This is the one you guys aren't going to like. So you two maybe want to not listen. Fragrance. Look at G. She's already like ganging me here.
Wait, listen,
Fragrance.
we discussed that one before you came on.
I bet you did. We don't care. We're going to do it anyway. So fragrance is any ingredient basically that you find in personal care products. Um, it is almost always, not always, but almost always a artificial chemical versus being a natural scent. Parfums, and I think Julia talked about that before on our group, is one's oil based, one's water based, stuff like that. That's another thing you can look at. But even essential oils, you kind of have to test those to make sure you don't have a reaction to them. Most of the stuff I use is food grade. I've never had anybody have issues with it. But I do have some people that only want scent free stuff. So I make it for them.
So wait a
This
minute.
one
So
was really,
here was my question, because I actually had this one for Rhonda before we came on. So the man in the center of the mall with all the good fragrances that I can switch over to an oil. I'm looking for some nods. No? Yeah.
well, if you still have to look at all the ingredients, you just want to see,
Girl, that bottle don't have no name on it. It just
well, then it's a no. Yeah, then it's a
The
no.
bottle just has a name on it. Apple.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah.
whatever the
I
name
just
is.
I do some digging online. You might be able to find something, or reach out to the company and be like, "Hey, I have lots of allergies. Can you tell me what your ingredients are?" I'm surprised they can sell them without having anything on there. That's surprising. Although we're in America, so nothing surprises me anymore. Um, this one surprised me. Coal tar. What the hell? Coal tar. It's an ingredient that is found in many makeup products and hair dyes that is linked to skin conditions like dermatitis and folliculitis. I like that word, folliculitis. Yeah. So I don't know too many people that get this, but I have had a lady who had really white hair and always went really dark black, and she would get that. She would get that folliculitis and have to do like steroid creams to her hair. It was, yeah. And she had beautiful white hair. I'm like, I like your hair. I mean, it's beautiful, but we're our own worst critics. Um, Hydroquinone is an ingredient found in skincare products that can reduce the appearance of dark spots and hyperpigmentation, but is known as a cancer-causing agent. But it's here. And then a petroleum, which of course is found in many of our cosmetic and personal care products, that has moisturizing and barrier protection properties, But as we all know, petroleum is made from the horrible stuff that we should not be putting on our skin. It was meant to be put in cars, trucks, tractors, machinery in our big factories, not in or on our body. But it's in
Mhm.
most of your medications.
So Vaseline, no.
Tallow.
They even have a thing on TikTok where you heat your Vaseline up, put a fragrance in it, and
Oh
and
my
and,
God.
yeah, oh yeah. No, I mean
No.
you don't have to like boil it, but just heat it up where it gets nice
Melt
and
it.
soft, and
Melt it.
yeah, melt it, and then put your stuff and tell
I
them thank
know
me
it.
later. Rub it on. So
But
now when
just
you put, mm,
no, but think about that for a minute. So you're taking, let's think about the oil you put in your car. Very similar to the same type of petroleum where it comes from. Would you be willing to take that just because it's a little darker in color, but take that, heat that up a little bit, put some scent in it, and put that on your skin and absorb it in because they start off from the same exact thing.
okay, but
That's,
then the question becomes you could do that with canola oil, vegetable oil, or any other oil
you could.
because they weren't meant
Yep.
for us to consume and
Yep.
eat either.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So no seed oils. But when you do that, like with tallow, that doesn't have that issue because tallow is natural and is something that is good for your skin and your skin will uptake it, especially if you're able to do castor oil with it. That is a carrier oil and helps get that into the area. The last one is called toluene. It's a toxic chemical that is found in nail products and hair dyes that can cause headaches, dizziness, cracked skin, reproductive damage, and respiratory complications. So, wasn't that fun?
Hmm.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yes, it
So,
is.
the stuff that I make, and the reason I did this a long time ago, like I said, I think once you're starting to clean up your diet and clean up how you're treating your body, you get wise to thinking about, well, what else gets into my body to cause these issues. And especially if you've done everything right, and you're like, I still have this, or I'm starting to get that. That's when you got to start digging and go, okay, maybe it's something I'm putting on my skin or in my hair or, even eye drops. I've got people now, you don't know how many people are just doing the castor because they're like, that was the first ingredient in my eye drops, but I didn't need those 7 other chemicals in there because they're not even good for eyes. And I'm like, kind of sketchy, isn't it? you know, but it's like there's things that you can do that are natural. So that's when I started making my own products. And then somebody, a little birdie who will remain nameless, G Brown, said, why don't you
But
sell
Mike
your stuff
felt anyway.
online? Sell your stuff online. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And it started out really, really little. And now it's
Mm-mm.
really, really big.
Listen,
but
y'all, that stuff was so good. I went in, I said, girl, I'll make the website. You got to get this out. So y'all can all look, thank me later. Go right ahead because I'm telling you, it has been remarkable. Go ahead, finish.
yeah. So I really, and like I said, I sold some to my brother the other day, and his wife, and I gave them a little bit of a discount because they're my brother, but not a lot because I'm like they're pretty cheap already.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I just think that if you can do it, they're not expensive. One of these days I'll figure out how to do better shipping, cheaper shipping, and it'll be a little cheaper there too. So that's what I'll do. But anyway, I would just say before you put anything on your body, anything in your laundry, anything in your house, make sure that you look at those ingredients. And if you don't know what something is, especially, I would look it up because it'll probably scare your hair straight if you have curly hair. So I would just be very mindful and watch that stuff. So, and I think as we're talking about these cleaning options, I think Robin's going to take it away.
I am going to take it away. First of all, I just want to say do not judge me. Do not judge me. But, I was thinking about this and we've been talking about it, that we are trying to clean up our lives. We're cleaning up our food and our eating. We're talking all about clean eating, right? and that is our focus. But as G and as Laura were just saying, the other things that are around us and in our environment. Now, I don't think that we can entirely clean things up because this is where we are, and there's lots of things in the air, there's plastic and everything, and da 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 da. But we are looking to reduce our toxic load. So as I got my assignment for this week's show, I was like, oh my gosh, I have so far to go. So I used to really be focused on having my environment to be toxin free. And I relapsed. So I'm going to just show you guys what I've got here. I want to talk about just a few products. So the first one is this Tide Pods. This is a huge tank of them. And all I did was I went out to the AI and I said, is this thing toxic? And what do you think it told me about Tide Pods?
Yes.
So Tide Pods contain ingredients that can be toxic if ingested, inhaled, or come into contact with skin or eyes in large amounts. Some of the key toxic aspects include they have surfactants and cleaning agents, which can irritate the skin, eyes, and respiratory system. They had to put something on these little pod things because they look similar to a candy or some kind of a jelly. And I guess people would eat them. So they've added this bittering agent to it because, people would eat them because they look like candy. They also have enzymes like substilin, amylase, mannanase, and can cause allergic reactions or respiratory issues when inhaled. They have solvents, which can cause propylene glycol, which I think Laura just mentioned, can cause skin irritation and can be very harmful if ingested. They have that bittering agent that I mentioned. It says it's not harmful, but it's supposed to taste really, really nasty and keep people from eating the pods. And then it has stabilizing agents. So Tide Pods are really toxic, actually. And I knew this. I've been knowing this. And then also this one has Downy. So it has the fabric softener also included in it. And so the next thing I want to talk about is fabric softener. Yeah. So back in the day, I was using essential oils for everything. I was not using any dryer sheets because dryer sheets are so carcinogenic. They are so toxic, and they really do mess up your dryer. And so, yes, I asked, I asked if dryer fabric softener sheets are toxic. So there are other ways that you can do fabric softener. The one thing that I thought about were those dryer balls. So if you're looking for like getting rid of static cling, the dryer balls that you can use, put in your dryer like 3 or 4 balls in with your laundry, it like releases the static. And then also you can put a little essential oil drops on that for fragrance if you really want fragrance. And I think that's probably why I went back to them, is because, my stuff was sticking together and, the smell wasn't all that great. And I just went back to it. So that's something that I'm planning to eliminate. It's going to take me a while to get through these Tide Pods, but I'm going to switch, and I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do here when we get that far. I wanted to mention body wash, and I know that Laura talked about things that go in and on your skin, and she has body soap and stuff like that. But I do use a body wash called Neutrogena body wash. And that body wash, I asked the AI, is it toxic? And guess what it said? What do you think it said? It can be toxic. So it has water. The main primary ingredient is water. Water is safe. It has a foaming agent. And that can be irritating to your skin and eyes. Of course, we don't want to put our body wash in our eyes for sure. It has something called cocamidopropylbutane, which could be mildly irritating to some individuals, generally safe for most people. It may cause allergic reactions. So as I'm looking at all these things that may cause allergic reactions, and I have all this eczema, you guys, it's a nightmare. And I'm like, okay, so is it causing allergic reactions in me? It also has table salt. They say that table salt is safe. This is sodium chloride, so it doesn't have the sugar in it that we find in the Umbrella Girl salt. So, but so salt in general. Go ahead, Laura. Did you have something to say?
I would say if it is less than so many grams, they don't have to list it either, just which is unfortunate.
Yes, it is. So the next ingredient is fragrance, and Laura already talked about fragrance and what that can mean. So the fragrance ingredients are not disclosed. So we don't know what the exact chemical compound is that's in there that's causing that fragrance. So that was a bummer. It has polysorbate 20. And it says could be potentially harmful, could contain potentially harmful compounds like 1,4-dioxane, which is a known carcinogen. So it's like it could have this cancer causing agent in it, but we don't know for sure.
And we don't have to tell you for sure.
Right. They have PEG 80, sorbitan laurate, same thing. It's saying that it can be contaminated with ethylene oxide or 1,4-dioxane, both of which are potentially harmful. And then it has some other ingredients in it. There was one other that DMDM, hide and towin. So this is a formaldehyde releasing preservative. Prolonged use or high concentrations can cause skin irritation and allergic reactions. Formaldehyde is a known carcinogen, so there are concerns over its use in cosmetics, although the levels are usually quite low. So it's like, I think G was talking about this one day when she was talking about food, and actually Laura might have been talking about it too, like how much of a little bit of a toxic substance is too much? How much of it? How much of it do you think is enough or should be allowed? And other countries are keeping this stuff out of their products.
It's called the acceptable amount.
Acceptable, the acceptable amount. Yeah. So it has some mildly concerning ingredients, and it has some ingredients that are potential risks that may release trace amounts of formaldehyde, which is a known carcinogen, but it's only in a small amount and it's regulated. So, it says
let me say this. This is what I think about the small amount. Some of y'all think about the movie The Help. So you have a big old cookie, brownie. And the only thing is I put 1/8, just an eighth of a spoon of boo-boo in it. And go ahead and bake it. Except it's the thing that's making it the creamiest. So will you not eat that piece of brownie? Because I'm telling you, but so you think it's waste, but look at what we're saying to you with all of this. Come on, finish with the acceptable.
All right. Amount. Yep. So one thing I wanted to mention is that air freshener. So we're Febrezing and we're Lysol spraying, and we've got this little plug-in things that goes into the wall. We plug in that stuff in. Those things are toxic. Those things
I have a monthly allowance for plug-ins.
Save that money and buy you something fancy.
Yeah. So I wanted to give you guys some alternatives.
Yes,
particularly for the things that I just talked about. And so I looked it up because I said, you know what, when I get through with this, I'm going to make sure that I'm prepared for my next set of stuff to have my own homemade product that I can use to do the things that I need to do in my house. So I looked up how to make Did I look up how to make homemade laundry soap? So there's a soap that's called Castile soap or Dr. Bronner's soap that is non-toxic. And there are other soaps out there that are non-toxic that you could use. So it says take a bar of natural soap, take a cup of sodium carbonate, or they call it washing soap. You got that, Bronner's? Okay.
I do.
Washing soda, which is sodium carbonate, a cup of borax. Now, some people may not want to use borax, but I know that borax is really popular. Like,
Well,
it's
you just answered this
remember
question. Look,
20
you just,
mule team borax back in the day.
yeah.
20
Look,
mule team borax.
that's what
from
she
back in
wanted
the
to
day.
know. She put borax in it. Yay or nay. There's your answer.
Yay. Yay, you can.
Absolutely.
And then optionally, you can add essential oils. So I'm going to say for essential oils, there's a couple of brands. I used to be an affiliate with Young Living, which is a food grade, very high quality essential oil brand. And there's another one out there. I can't think of the name of it, but you want to make sure that it's a really high quality. So G was asking, what about the guy in the mall who has essential oils and they say they smell good, but they're not, you don't know what's in them. You don't know how they're made. You don't know. So when I was a Young Living representative, I saw how they did their farms. I learned all about the company, and I know that their stuff is top quality. And so I would use that. So you could put some of that in there. And you grate the soap. If you use a bar soap, you grate the soap, and then you mix all those ingredients together, and then you store it into an airtight container, and you use it to do your laundry. 1 or 2 tablespoons for your for a load of laundry. So I think that's pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah, and then you got your liquid laundry soap. I'm going to try to remember to put this down in the description box for you guys. But same thing, soap, washing soda, borax, and water. And you're adding extra water to make it liquid. But then you got to stir it, make sure you stir it and shake it up every time. The other one is body wash, because I'm like, okay, so my body wash, I've been waiting all my life to grow up so I could use Neutrogena products, because Neutrogena was like top of the line. My stepmom had that, and I would go and I would use her stuff, and I felt so fancy. Well, Neutrogena is toxic. So again, for the homemade body wash, it's half a cup of liquid Castile soap. So that's what Laura just showed us. This one calls for a 1/4 cup of raw honey, and the honey is added for moisture. Now, I would not use honey because I know that I have an issue with sugars, natural or otherwise, but you could use it. It's going to go.
What are we putting the honey in?
This is going in the non-toxic body wash.
Yeah.
And you think rubbing honey? I'm being serious.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Even on the outside of your body.
I don't know.
With the eczema.
You say you like
with the eczema.
I wouldn't do it because I have eczema and it wouldn't work for me.
Gotcha. Eczema. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I know that people do use honey. Honey has really great qualities. Like back in the day, before I realized that sugar was my entire problem, I used to get the local honey, and I would use it for my allergies, and it works to clear up allergies. So honey does have a place. It just doesn't have a place in my life at this time.
I understand.
2 tablespoons of carrier oil. So when you talk about carrier oil, you're talking about like coconut oil, something like that. Maybe this says jojoba oil. I don't know. Jojoba oil, sweet almond oil. Those are carrier type oils. And then a teaspoon of vitamin E oil, 15 to 20 drops of essential oils, and then a half a teaspoon of vegetable glycerin. And so this is how you would make your homemade non-toxic body wash. And so that is my plan.
Can I add something? Instead of doing the vegetable glycerin, you could use tallow in that spot. Just so you know.
Yep. So good, better, best. I wanted to mention I just wanted to mention the stuff that you put on your carpet fresh.
Oh.
I just need y'all to just stop talking. How y'all?
Carpet fresh. Yes, carpet fresh is toxic. It is. But you can use baking soda.
Yeah, I do that too.
You can use baking soda. You can
Just-
even make your own carpet fresh by adding essential oils to that. And then the one thing I wanted to mention for G is as far as those fragrances inside the house, the Glade plugins and the air fresheners and all those kinds of things. You can use essential oils. I used to have diffusers all over my house where I was diffusing essential oils all the time. And essential oils have so many great properties. Some of them are really, really good for keeping you from getting sick, making you well when you are sick. And then, of course, the smells are absolutely incredible, keeping bugs away, all kinds of things. So I would say get an essential oil diffuser. Put one in every room if you need to, and then diffuse your essential oils, and that will make your house smell fresh.
Y'all see,
So
y'all.
there's
I just need y'all to see this comment right here. And
Yeah.
and then
Saving
she adding
money.
to it. Then she adding to it. You know what? I need y'all to get up out my household. Oh, I'm finna get y'all. Was that it?
That was it. That's it.
Here we go. So now, everyone, we have talked about your toothpaste, your shampoo, creams, makeup, stuff you put on your lips, your body, your underarm, your plug-ins. Now let's go to the kitchen. I've been waiting to throw this pot away. I really, really have. I've been waiting to throw this pot away. But before I get started, let me share some stuff with you guys. What I shared with you all at the beginning of this episode that one of the reasons why we did this is because in our talking we have a community group, and one of the things that Robin was saying about her rest, which led me to the bed, and I was just thinking through. I said, wait, she's laying there. What if it's not now what she's eating, but what's on her outside? What's going on? Hence the show. Ironically, I ended up seeing a show talking about Teflon, which made me think about the pots. And let me just share this with you guys. Teflon was originally developed for industrial applications. That takes me back to petroleum listen, petroleum gas, petroleum oil. It's all coming to me. It's right
Petroleum
there.
jelly.
Yes, petroleum jelly. So it's right there that for some reason people feel that they are creating things for use and then finding other ways for the money. I'm not saying that it's not a good thing. Here's an example: the fire blanket. Of course, it was not developed for homes. It was industrial. That now you can get yourself a fire blanket, right? And some cover, get out the house. I understand things like that, but all of this other stuff. All right, Teflon was first used to coat military aircraft parts and the radar equipment due to its unique properties. All right. It has non-stick. Teflon smooth surface prevents materials from adhering to it. It's heat resistant. Teflon can withstand high temperatures without melting or degrading. It had a chemical resistance. Teflon was resistant to a wide range of different chemicals. So somewhere, then all of a sudden, we thought, I guess, for nonstick. It wasn't until later that the nonstick properties of Teflon was recognized. And then it's like, wait a minute, we can do that in cookware. So something that was made for protection out there, we're bringing it in here. There's a chemical three problems with using anything outside of its original use. The chemical exposure. When Teflon is heated above its recommended temperature, it can release harmful chemicals itself. Forget the fact that it's repelling, it can release some. Now, I don't know perfluoral something. We're going to say PFOA. That's it. It's an acid. And PTFE. These fumes, these are fumes from the heat, the fumes you're breathing in, can expose you to these chemicals, which can lead to health problems, including respiratory issues, liver damage, and cancer. Now, these are from the pots. Environmental impact, PFOA, and other chemicals used in the production of Teflon can contaminate our water sources, harm wildlife. These chemicals are persistent pollutants and can remain in the environment for many years. All right. The ineffectiveness. Teflon was originally designed for industrial applications such as, well, wait a minute, person products. Oh no, people before the invention. Let's talk about that. So now we're back onto my pot, and here's one of the reasons why. You see the chips over in there? That's so how many chips become the acceptable amount in your meal? Do you know how many times you've eaten Teflon thinking it was a piece of pepper?
Never, because I don't eat pepper, but I know I ate some Teflon though.
I know. You don't know what that little black spot. So this one, wait a minute, y'all. I'm sick right with y'all because here go the next pot. And then they came out with this super duper duper in the this department of this pot. Now, these pots here came out, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna let what happened to the inside of this pot take place. Okay. I am going to make sure that my stuff is right. So this one never even made it in the dishwasher. Because see, when you put these in the dishwasher, some coating comes off that when you go, the nonstick coating doesn't work anymore. So there is 0 chips in here. But I still think I need new pots. Now, with that being said, hold on, let me get my little notes back up. So let's talk about some acceptable, wait a minute, nope. The potential risks for the Teflon, which I talked about. It's that chemical, the PFOA, that's used in the production of Teflon, which was linked to the health concerns, including cancer, birth defects, liver damage. Why PFOA has been phased out by many manufacturers, it may still be present in older cookware. And the PTFE can release harmful fumes when heated above 500 degrees. So, and you probably say, oh, I don't cook at 500 degrees. All right, there's sometimes we sit these pots outside on an open flame. I don't know if some people bake inside of theirs. Some people have left their pot on the stove and it overheated. It did, you burned a little stuff in there. You kind of got it out and noticed, like, dang, some of my coating then came off, but you still use the pot. Hence why this pot is still here. That's a lot of chip marks for me to just now be throwing this pot out. I'm just saying. All right. So that's another thing. So what's some safer cooking options? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Consider these. Stainless steel. So y'all know about Salad Master? Okay, there's the lid down there. I'm not selling these. So Salad Master is a pot that I am going to talk about. I'm going to give y'all a straight up hookup, right? Oh, yeah. So you have stainless steel. It's easy to clean. It's a popular choice. It heats evenly and can be used on various cooking surfaces. Cast iron. Oh, what your grandmama used to use, known for excellent heat retention and distribution. Cast iron cookware is a classic option and can be seasoned to create a natural non-stick coating. Ceramic. I'm not talking about ceramic coating, ceramic cookware. Unfortunately, that's the word I'm using. It does offer a non-stick surface without the use of harmful chemicals. It's generally safe for high heat, but may require more delicate handling. Or you can just get ceramic pots, period. Copper pots. Copper cookware is prized for its efficient heat conduction and beautiful appearance. However, it requires careful maintenance and can be more expensive. All right. So things that you have to try to avoid overheating. I don't care what cookware it is. Non-stick coatings should be heated gradually. A lot of us don't do that, myself included. I turn that pot on high, sit that pot on because like I don't use a microwave and I'm not trying to take forever to cook. So I know without a shadow of a doubt. My name is G and I do not cook on a medium temperature. I go straight to high. All right. Avoid metal utensils. Using metal utensils on the bottom of these is not good. And you should, if you still have them, check for damage. And if you got some check marks in it, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Go ahead.
I said throw it away.
Yeah, it is. So now let me tell you about these right here. All right. So the handles come off because I'm big for cleaning. And so this is what the handle will look like. But these particular pots are designed for you to not use oil or water in cooking. Now I'm doing this as like a regular person. So whether it's vegetables, whatever. Now, of course, you can't cook rice in it and pasta. That's not what we're talking about. All right. So these, if you find a representative, how you hold a party, you get a group of people, they actually cook in these pans for you. So you get to see they can cook chicken or whatever in the pan with no oils, no water to show you how to utilize the pans. But the pans are like $5,000.
Woo.
Told you, expensive.
I have one. Okay. And I love the fact this is the top of it. It has the little bit. This is what you really listen to know how it's cooking. Is that little thing right there. And there we are.
Awesome.
Wow. One other thing I want to mention.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to mention is switching over from plasticware to glass.
That's another one.
Need
So
to get rid of those Ziploc bowls and those handy wrap bowls and all those plastic bowls that you use to store your food in. And particularly, we don't want to microwave in plastic for sure. So if you're storing it in plastic, when you're going to microwave, let's put it in a glass dish. And but definitely, I've been switching over from plastic for storage to glass. So just wanted to mention that.
There's a question for you.
Well, thank you. My scale would not agree with you, but yes, I think that my high fat challenge does seem to be working. I've been doing challenges for the last 3 months, and it's working for me. So we'll see what the outcome is at the end of the month. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. So Susan is writing about 4 months ago. I replaced my Scratch nonstick cookware with stainless steel. Go ahead, girl.
I can give her a little hint. Any cookware that you're using that like the stainless steel pans, anything like that, is once you get them up to the heat you think you want, you splash water in there, and you want it to look like when mercury would spill out of a thermometer and it wants to dance away from itself. That's what you want it to be, and then it'll be nonstick. And you could do that with pans that are not nonstick, as long as you get them to that right heat, and they do that with the water. When you put a steak or hamburger, it won't stick. Same with egg, it won't stick. It's
Yeah,
just getting it to that perfect temperature.
yeah. But
So
this,
what about buying what about this happened to me? What about buying cookware from a yard sale?
well,
Yeah,
if it
I
is
bought.
dinged up like this, we don't want it. It's just like
Well,
you
yeah,
don't
but
want it.
but I find Pyrex. I found all. We've got these rectangle. That's what I put my stuff in that I take to work. I found a ton of those Pyrex so that if I did want to warm it up, I could. Um, but I don't really use the microwave. But if I wanted to, I'm sure people still do. You could use that. And I think I got like 12 of those puppies. And then she also had the 1 or 2 cup dish circle ones to go with it.
yeah,
I
that was
think
a
I
good
paid
yard
like eight
sale, girl.
bucks.
Yeah,
Yes, but
that
you
was a
could,
good yard sale.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
can find those on like buy sell trade pages in your area sometimes too. The other thing is, you remember your grandmama's um stuff that I'm trying to think with the glass. It was just like glassware, but it'd be a bowl and it'd be orange or yellow on the outside. And it had
Mhm.
those are really safe to cook with. Like you could, if you had to warm something up in the microwave. I still have a ton for my grandmother that I saved, and I have those out in the kitchen. And I actually use those because when I make some of my shampoo or my bars, they get so hot. I'm able to use those bowls and put them in there. So it kind of reminds me of my grandma when I'm doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you
Yeah.
really, really think about it, if you are to the point where, I mean, you are taking care of the inside of your body, we're going to have to start thinking on these things. And I really am. I promise I am. So it's like I am going to do a gradual because I do still have some gain. I use this fragrance. See, I use this brand because of my daughter, Danielle. And so she was like, "Ma, this is my favorite." So of course, every time I go to the store, I get it because it was her favorite.
Yeah.
The smell that, so certain things that I need to work through that. We can make soap. You also told us about using vinegar. I also have the ammonia. I also have baking soda. So
Yep.
these are things that
Borax.
I'm gonna get the borax. Yeah, I'll
Mm,
get that.
so good.
Yeah. So those are
And
the different things.
borax
Go ahead.
borax can be used in health things as well. So I'm not telling anybody to do this, but there is a eye wash that you can make with borax, which sounds crazy, but it actually works really well. I've used it on animals and myself before. But borax also can be ingested. I'm not sure what the actual how much and stuff
Acceptable amount.
to do. Well, yeah. Uh, Generally recognized as safe grass. That's something to look for. That's the other thing is when you're looking at your products, look on the back, and if it says GRAS, a lot of people think that stands for a certain chemical. It's just telling you that these products are generally recognized as safe. But when you go look up what does that really mean? Carcinogens, all the rest of it, endocrine disruptors. So generally recognized as safe just means we're going to sell it to you under this pretense and make money, and you're going to get sick and you're going to keep buying it.
Yeah, because right now we're telling everybody, in regards to the food. Now I'm gonna share this with you guys. This came across my social media, and this is right
Yeah.
here, the flock, right? And this is chicken chips. This is chicken skin. Girl, when
Mhm.
they came across and just was saying that, I was like, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And then the ingredients is chicken skin and salt. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So I ordered 2 boxes and did not think of the next thing. But when they arrived, I cut that joker open, put me a little hot sauce on it. I was like, oh, finally, I got a snack. I don't know if I'm gonna pay this price every time, but I got it. Frederick was like, throw me one. I tossed him one. He looked, he said, this was cooked in soybean oil. I said, I never looked. I have not opened another one since. So now we get these chicken skins over in here, and in the site, but for why? Why did you guys do that? It's chicken fat that you have, all this other stuff. And let me tell you, Robin, let me throw this in. When you were talking about things, different things that we have used that Laura mentioned, and I wanted to piggyback because I wrote it down. Perms.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about like women having their uterus removed and all this other stuff.
Yes, I
Well,
did.
let's talk about those hair relaxers. Well, perms
Yeah.
is for the curly, and hair relaxer, you're
We
relaxing it.
call it perm.
Yeah, we did. We called it
Yeah.
perms. We did. But I know that for Caucasian, a perm has a little thing.
Yep.
That was a Jerry curl for us. But anyway, so that they say is connected to fibroids and so on and so forth because it's more prevalent in Black America than it is Laura. White people
Mhm.
get fibroids.
That's what I had. That's what led to me. But I used to get perms
I was
all
just getting
the
ready.
time.
That was my next question. So
All
I
the
think
time.
that because white people normally had theirs straight, and y'all have gotten out of the perm aspect because I really don't see a bunch of perms now. You'll see the
That's
straight
why.
and all that other
Yep.
stuff. So fibroids is not over in there, but we still got that creamy crack on our side.
I've been considering it, you guys. I talked to my mom. My mom was like, "No, don't do it because look at
put in the
this.
comments.
It's so big."
What? Hold on.
It
No.
looks good. It looks
Yeah,
good.
so-
Everybody loves it.
Oh, everybody's talking about your hair. No, so just straighten it. You just need a better flat iron. Put a little tallow on it. Put that.
That's right. Just rub a little in the ends.
Right,
And
girl, get the little spray bottle that you can like turn any oil
yeah.
into a spray. Girl, put your tallow in there, squirt it, and just I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to because this whole show has messed me up. All right, guys. So I'm just letting you know. I fry up my own skins as well. I do. All right, let me get these up here real quick.
Yes to the borax. You can add
Yes.
it to your homemade laundry soap. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you misheard, honey,
Absolutely.
because I'm going to get me some. Here's another
You
question. I
said
don't know.
no to the petroleum jelly, Vaseline.
Yeah, it was the
Yes. Yeah.
Vaseline. There was a no that I think she was saying you can use tallow. All right. Whoa, I've lost 110 pounds.
Congratulations. Good for you. How do you stop
Yep.
losing weight or will it stop naturally? By the way,
It will
finally,
stop.
thank you so much. Yeah, I think it will
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah. You'll basically stop when you kind of get to where you're genetically set to be at. It's almost impossible to get under. I've never seen somebody that is carnivorous that looked malnourished and emaciated. My son is extremely, unless they started that way. I do know some that they've started it trying to gain weight. So, like my son, he's looked emaciated since he was about 3 because he's scrawny. He has nothing. I mean, he just bones. And he's gained 15 pounds eating carnivore. And it's just
Wow.
went on muscle. Um, and so I mean his dad's thin. They're like around 6 foot tall, weigh 128 pounds at the most, so that's thin. So that's about where he's gotten to, and it looks okay. So I haven't seen anybody that was eating this way unless they were trying to be restrictive and fall back into their old way of thinking of trying to punish themselves and do weird things so I would say I think you can do what you need to do on the carnivore, and I think you'll get to where your stopping point is. And just if
This
you're
is a
still
great
losing
point
weight,
that Carnivore Mommy is making, though, here.
add more. Mhm.
Carnivore is a high fat protocol.
Yes.
High fat. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them, and that's just it. We get so stuck in that 90s where it was low fat and I've done it myself. I mean, I've been doing this 5 years, and I would catch myself before I got addicted to ribeye fat bites. Prior to that, I would find myself doing the same thing, and I'd be sliding back, and it'd be probably 10, 20% fat, and the rest was protein. And I thought, that is not, and my sleep paid for it, my hair paid for it, and my hormones. So yeah, after that it was like, okay, I'm going I'm going to go back to the high fat. So yeah, and you need to stay at a high fat. Yep. Yeah, I'd
Oh,
say
what is
65% is too
seventh
small.
generation products?
I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. I just pull it up really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not, as I say, I'm not positive on that. I know my daughter used to use some of their stuff, and there's some things that I know she's not using. I didn't really ask her why. I think Melaleuca has some good products as well, but I think all of those places you really have to read and see what you're getting, because I think
Yes.
sometimes things get snuck in there.
So yeah, seventh generation is supposed to be natural, non-toxic. I don't know much about it. We're just looking it up right now. So I would definitely just recommend that you do your research on it
Look at the
and
back.
see see what you see.
They
Even,
offer, I'm sorry, they offer too many. Oh, look at me trying to scroll and it ain't even my screen. I'm like, why this thing ain't working? Yeah, see, they got me with the ultra power, the power pods, the dish pods. There's I don't know.
I would just do a little research. Maybe use that Yuka app if you can
There you go.
download it on your phone, plug in some of their stuff and see how it comes up.
Yes, we did. That was thank you. The Yuka app. Yep. We did a whole
That was
segment.
the very
As a matter of
beginning.
fact, that was the news we can use from Rhonda today was the Yuka app. Okay. So there it is. Thank you guys for joining us. But we're gonna go around and tell us what's going on the channel, so on and so forth. Robin, what you got going on?
So I took a break from my Saturday live stream this past weekend. I will be back this coming Saturday evening at 5:30 p.m. with Carnivore Scotty. I started watching him. He was doing his late night with Scotty. So he's a very interesting person. And so I'm looking forward to getting to meet and know him a little bit better. And then, of course, always I'm doing my challenge, which is a September high fat challenge, stick of butter a day. I think some of you guys have joined that challenge as well. So I hope it's going well for you. But daily videos are coming out talking about, what's going on each and every day, doing the walk and talks and those kinds of things. So thank you guys for supporting my channel.
Very good. What about you, Miss Laura?
Making more products, making lots of products. I did finally get some, I got an item in, although me and the UPS guy, we're going to be coming to fists before long. I get these boxes that look like accordion, and I'm like, oh, I've got glass products in there, and they're packaged in, cardboard as well. But when it looks like you stomped on it, ran it over twice, took a leak on it, and then threw it inside the building, I'm like, dang it. But I got those little things that I was waiting for that I wanted to do last week for somebody and show me making a new product that they want me to offer. So I'm going to be doing that. I think I'm going to have on Brett Smith. I'm just waiting for him to reach back out. He has My Metabolic Health and or My Metabolic Life is his YouTube channel, and he has a podcast. I think he was on Dave Mack's not too long ago. Dave Mack, Zero or No Carb Life. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm just enjoying the Marco Polos every day. I really love that group. I absolutely look forward to that. First thing I do, I don't go over and give my husband a kiss that's drinking coffee. I'm like, is there any Marco Polos yet?
Okay,
that's
so
what I got.
Explain what you're talking about.
So about our group. So we have a private group. Yeah, we have a private group where we all have downloaded the Marco Polo app, And for $19.99 a month, you can have 24/7 access to the three of us. It's for simple questions. It's for bouncing ideas off. It's for telling us about what you're doing with your day, if you're having struggles, any of that kind of stuff. It's just kind of having your tribe. And we're keeping it to 10. And then if there's more than 10, then we have to break it off and we'll do more and more and stuff like that. I think they're going to try to come up with a men's one as well, that I think Frederick will be spearheading on that one. And it's just really nice because literally you can say something into Marco Polo. It's video. It goes out. We all can check in, see what it is, and kind of chime in. Robin's been ever so gracious this month and giving us sermon every single day. I love that. I'm always like, oh, I got to look that one up. I don't remember that one. So that's been really good. So I love to do that.
Feel back. Yeah, I
Had
did
to
that.
black out. What does that mean?
Had a
Oh,
blackout on
On
9/5. Felt
September
that
5th.
in my head. Oh my goodness.
Y'all, don't that sound like me?
She's been
it
so.
kind of reminds
Are
me.
you taking your electrolytes, Gloria Jean? Make sure that you're getting your electrolytes in.
Yeah, you
She's
most
only been
definitely
on
have to do
carnivore for
that.
3 weeks, so
Yeah, she
make
needs
sure
Yeah.
to
you're.
get the salt and get that under your tongue, and then there you can look it up, or you can go to My Healthy Carnivore. I have a video on Soleil, Sole water. I would absolutely recommend that you need to have that. There's Sandra.
Yes, she is.
What?
She's
She's
in our
part of our
group.
crew.
Yep. So if you're familiar with the Marco Polo app, it's what the three of us use to communicate, talking about on the show, ideas, all of that. And as a coach, I formed a group, and I have some people in there, and it was like, oh, I love because they are exercising together. You were like chiming in, encouraging. And then I took that concept and brought it back over here and say, hey guys, let's form a Marco Polo group for anyone that wants to join on Carnivore. This is just so you have that tribe. Your questions are being addressed. We're calling you out, not in a negative way, but you get the attention, and the groups are small. 10 people per group, like that. So I have that one. We have this one. Frederick starting the men's group. Now, how do you join this? From any of our channels. We've tried the put a link up, it don't work. So you go to any one of our channels, right? YouTube channel, and you're going to see the join button. But you have to join the 19.99 group. That is what you'll pay for the whole month. And then whoever you come in under, you will receive a link that will bring you into that group. There's only about 4 slots left in that one. Now, the downside is you won't get a chance to see any of the Marco Polos. It just starts when you get in. So everything that was, done prior to, you won't get that knowledge, but you will get everything moving forward. And I'm telling you, we're having a phenomenal time. Anyone that wants Laura's products, right here on the screen, russellbrands.com. She has it right up under her name, and then so on from there. I go live again Wednesday. Leah Janae and I. It'll be 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's only a 30-minute show that we'll take you step by step. We're telling a story, and every week the story expands.
Yeah.
Okay. You better come on here, girl. Don't what you talking about. Yeah, so yeah, just come on, and you get to come on in and get to do. I'm telling you,
It's
you
fun.
answer, questions come in like how we are. It's like, wait a minute. You've seen the inside of my refrigerator. It's any you ask that question, and one of us will come on. It's not even all the time a question. It is, all right, guys, I'm starting to do this. I might show you what I'm doing, because what I didn't share with the group, I'm gonna share it with y'all, and then I'm hanging up on everybody. Robin made a seat on her lean day. Y'all remember that? It was a seafood soup, a stew, or something. I sat there and I watched that because I like seafood. And I was like, oh my God. So, y'all, cooks, hear what I did. I took some ground beef and some breakfast sausage because oh, look at that. It was good, honey. It was good. Uh Johnsonville. I don't know who this. It's the same one I buy. Anyway, it's a spicy. I just took a small portion of it just for the kick, and I ground that ground beef up together, and I added butter.
Sour cream.
Nope, nope.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. That was it. Cream cheese and with heavy cream, and had that going. And then in my separate pan, I seasoned with my salt. I did some shrimp, some scallops, and I cut them all down into sizes about yay big. And then I did some codfish, and then I did some smoked clams, and then I did. But I won't do this one. I did some canned crab. I won't do that brand. That right there was like bugs in my mouth. But anyway, and then I used the clam juice, baby. That's it, y'all. And
That
that's where I'm.
sounds so
Yeah,
good.
listen, if y'all didn't catch that of how good it was, yeah. I got about this much left, y'all. Jesus, I won't make it again
Jiffy, that's
anytime
cute.
soon. That is just
Oh,
one
that's
of those
cute.
things. Huh?
What Jiffy said. All
Oh,
those pretty girls look like this. And I'm like, I could just see that.
hey, get it.
Oh,
Don't get me started. Hey,
Right.
all right. Yes, that was
Look
matter
at
of fact,
past her.
that was good. That was good. Yeah, come on.
Cute.
I'm trying to get the thing up there. Yep,
and
and
I'll tell you guys, I did figure out, and I don't know how I did it, but in my description on my YouTube, I was able to put in the link so that they can click on it if they want to do the Marco Polo group, and it takes them right to the join page. And I also put it in my description for like putting it out on YouTube, this
well,
video.
there y'all go.
So
So
there
y'all
is a
come
way
on
to
in.
do it,
Right.
but I don't know how to I don't remember how I did it. I did
I
like
know.
16
Well,
things and then finally something
you
stuck.
you inspire me. So I go in, we'll get to clicking and
I
figuring it
have it
out.
in my description
You
box. There's a link in my description box if you guys want to come over there
Okay,
and
and
join.
just go to
Yeah.
Hanging with the
Yeah.
Browns. You see the word join, just click it. But once
Just click
again,
it.
Yes.
it doesn't matter which one of us you come in on.
Right.
All right. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. You still get the group, period. And
But
that's
send
how
us
we
your
roll.
email. We need your email.
Yes.
I have
Hear
somebody
that?
on that has never sent me their email, and there's 20 bucks is in there, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I have no email. I have nothing
Well, I
to
like
be
the
able to
fact
get
that you
them.
at least do have the link there. So there is a
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
that they can come back
Yeah.
and find that. All right. So it's only a few
Yeah.
slots left in that group. Then we'll be starting a new one. Or you and a group of
Yeah.
friends, just come on. But in the meantime, we will see y'all next week. We got a
Yeah.
good show next week. Save y'all
Yeah.
money.
Yes.